What's up, guys? Formula Yan here with another video, and this, I don't know if it's going to be controversial because I really don't know the standing. I think probably a lot of people do enjoy Codemasters, but is Codemasters for the future? And I'm saying this because I don't know. I'm expecting more from Formula One, the game that is, and I'm just not getting it. I'm not getting it. Really, from the career mode to the to multiplayer, and this is probably, people saying this is probably the best. Some people are saying this is the best F1 game Codemasters has made since they started 2009, but started like probably making really good ones since 2010. And the issue is, it's not good enough in my opinion. Like, I understand Codemasters is small, it's not as big as some giants like EA and 2K, but like, it's not good enough in my opinion. I think if for something like Formula One, as big as Formula One, we should expect a lot from the people producing the game or making the game. And the issue is, in my opinion, is that the game has nothing. The game has nothing. We were promised, well, not promised, we were never, yeah, we were promised in 2015 a couple things, and that didn't really pan out too well. But it's just, the game is nothing. It's like you have a box and you open the box and there's just 2 3 things, but the box could fit 10 things. It's like there's so much potential in this franchise, but it's just not being met, and that's because it's so small. Cody's legit, like, the last, from 2017 to 2016, really, that 2017 is basically, they just take a little step up because they've already made it, so they just build upon it, which is good. When there's a lot, there's so much stuff that they work on. It feels like they work on one thing a year, right? One year, last year was career mode, they did it again, career mode. And I still don't like career mode. I still think it's alright. I mean, in terms of what it has, in terms of like the development and racing and all that, it's good, it's solid. The issue is that I want to be an F1 driver. There's no feel of an F1 driver. Feels like, I feel like Jenson Button, when he was at McLaren the last couple years, he was just couldn't wait to retire. It felt like, when he was talking sometimes, it was ridiculous. This isn't a rant in any way, and this is in no way me trying to diss Codemasters, but at the same time, it's me as a consumer and a fan of Formula One trying to get the best possible. Well, voice crack right there, not gonna help me out, but you get, like, I'm not saying other developers get it right. EA doesn't get it right with FIFA. Alright, but at least the journey's there, and people have been screaming for the journey. There's so much potential to get in here. Newcomers, if they come and they see what Cody's have, they'll play for like a little bit. If they stick around and they really enjoy it and play multiplayer, they'll stay, I guess, for however long they please. But even after, you probably get bored of career mode, alright, and then you move to multiplayer, and then the multiplayer, instead of you getting mad for people hitting you, which you will, you'll get mad at the connection, because the connection is terrible. It is not fun, and it's just, the multiplayer has nothing. The ranking up system is alright, if you want to call it that, but there's just nothing. There's like, you easily could look at other games when it comes to ranking systems. You don't even have to look at sports games to look at ranking systems and be like, hey, we could kind of take what they have. Alright, you can put a custom, I've said this in my one of my previous videos about what career mode and multiplayer need, and it's just, I don't think we're gonna get it in, like, we'll probably get it in like F1 2020 if Cody's is still developing the games by then, because of how they work. And it's nothing against them, they do as much as they can with the amount of with the staff available and whatever the resources available. But at this point, I don't think it's good enough, and it's not they can't really do much about it. Alright, but I think it's just, we can't really sit here and be like, oh yeah, everything's great. No, it's not. Formula 1 2017 had the biggest hype train for a while when it came to F1. like it, because of how bad 2015 was. 2016 had insane hype around it, and then 2017 had even more because everybody's like 2016 was good and it had problems, but they're gonna fix it. They're gonna do this. This is nothing. This is, like, I want Jeff is boring. My celebration when I win a race is boring. When I come out the car, I've seen it a million times. I saw it in F1 2016. I've already seen it. Crofty is boring. Anthony Davidson is boring. Like, can we please just, like, I heard Arava said something that was really really good, and was maybe make it, when this is talking about Crofty and Anthony Davidson, if you're gonna have them, right, nobody really cares if they're there or not. If you're gonna have them maybe, because he's saying it's hard to read from a script and not sound robotic in a way, and have them do it, like, just give them a scene and they'll just talk, they'll just think of something. Or have them look at something, like a picture of a car, or maybe a video like they always do at the beginning of the race, and they just say whatever is coming to their head, you know. And honestly, that would probably be better. But like, you don't need Anthony Davidson and Crofty. I guess that adds like the production value in a way, but you could get some better people. You could get some of the actors that you have for our agent. I don't even know, I didn't even bother to know her name. Really, she's so boring, but I mean, she does what she can. And I'm not saying we had like some crazy cinematic, like how the journey in FIFA. I'm not saying we want my guy gets caught at a nightclub after something happened at a race or whatever. Like, no, we don't want that. We just want maybe some rivalries with the drivers, you know. They have that, but to an extent where maybe there's a cutscene. He doesn't have to speak, alright, but you kind of get like some tension with the way you look at each other or something like that. And I'm pretty sure some of the drivers would, with Liberty would probably try and get them to get some stuff done for you guys. Maybe, who knows, maybe with Liberty they probably have more freedom now, and there's a chance in F1 2018 we're gonna get a lot of stuff that we've never seen before in the F1 games. But until then, I'm going to speak about these things, and like, is Cody's the way of the future in terms of making this game? Probably. Well, this is my opinion too. I'm like, but everybody is too nice, and obviously I'm not being in any way, I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything. I'm not trying to be that guy that's just like, oh, I hate you, I hate this, I hate that. No, I'm just saying that we can't let Cody's do whatever they want. And obviously we haven't with F1 2014, good job, and F1 2015, even better job, right? Yeah, with that stuff, like, obviously we said our opinions on it, but really, like, we gave them their chances, and they kind of improved. What they do in F1 2016, they added career mode with a little bit of development in it. And what was their and like, everybody totally forgot about F1 2015 in a way by saying, oh yeah, that's why they have this, because they worked on it so hard. Like, what? They didn't have a safety car because they couldn't do it, whatever. Some dude stayed over winter break to do a I heard one of the YouTubers say, I think Ben Tiamat Marduk said, oh yeah, they told me that one of them stayed for winter break to code formation lap. What? Like, okay, I didn't, good, thank you, you did that, but a formation lap, really? Was that hard for you guys? Really? Like, I'm not trying to dog, but I'm just saying, like, hey, let's sit back and think. Like, if you guys are struggling in a way, I'm not sure if that was considered struggling, but if that was so difficult for you guys, then that's explaining why we don't have a lot of good, cool features. Like, I'm not trying to get, yeah, I've said this so many times, but I'm just trying to make it better for the people that are putting their money into this game. You know, it's just, imagine if we had some better cutscenes, some emotion in this. I'm playing Formula 1. Formula 1 is probably one of the biggest sports in the world, and it probably has some of the most insane amount of pressure and intense environment of any sport. You know, it's almost, it's insane. You know, back in the day there was barely anything with media. Now there's media all over for Formula 1. You know, you get criticized for anything you do. you know. And it's a harder sport to be the best at, and it takes a lot of money, and there's all this, and I want to feel that kind of environment. I want to go into the final race feeling pressure, you know, because they need to add something with your team. Your team's feeling pressure, or you guys haven't had a good season, so there's more pressure on as a driver. So say there's a race where you do so bad, you'll get more criticized by your team, you know. They'll like be like, hey, what's wrong here? Why aren't you performing? Or if you have a really good car and you don't perform, they'll be like, hey, we're not really fond of you right now. You're kind of slacking in what we've given you, and we want points now, or this and that. But it seems like simple things. These are simple ideas I just thought of while I'm speaking to you. Whether or not you like it is a different thing, but like, it's just like, why isn't those stuff in the game? I expected a failure right now. This McLaren should not be running behind me as you're watching this. How is that McLaren still going? Alright, it should have been done. But if I was driving that McLaren, I want it to happen to me. To me, it wouldn't happen. You know? And the thing is, people are talking about it now. People are talking about it. And it's not like it's something that, in terms of the failures, but there's certain things people are asking, and Arava's like, yeah, I gave him some suggestions and this and that, but like, I don't know if they're just nice guys. I'm sure they're nice guys, but I think the only person that really voiced his opinion that is a YouTuber, when it came to just not making a joke about F1 2015 and how bad it is, or maybe just being nice about it, about how bad it was, you know, but kind of saying, oh, this game's really lacking, there's nothing in this game. Like, no, it was X-Mag. That man's lost it, and really, like, I felt like he was more everybody's voice than some of the other YouTubers who were bigger at the time in terms of numbers were. And it's just, this nice guy thing isn't gonna last, well, shouldn't last with Cody's. All right, the people that have the voice that can talk to Cody's, because I'm sure Cody's watched people's videos, that like Ben and Arava and all them. They will probably watch their videos, but they're a little too nice to them. Cody's needs to feel some pressure. Probably the biggest pressure they feel is whether or not they're gonna get the game out, you know. Like, what? Like, oh yeah, I asked for this. Oh yeah, we can't do that. Oh, I'm gonna accept it. I'm paying. Like, obviously I can have a choice to pay if I want to pay for it or not. Like, I don't have to buy the game, but at the same time, I shouldn't have to feel like, with FIFA, there's an alternative. It's called PES. All right, it's probably not better. It's not better than FIFA in most people's opinion, but at least I have an alternative, and then I'll see. And if I like the one better than the other, then I'll go with that. With 2K, the alternative is NBA Live. NBA Live is nowhere near as good as 2K, but there's an alternative. All right, I feel like right now, F1 by Cody's is like, it's a solid game. Don't get me wrong, solid, but it's not. It feels like we got a game that we're expecting DLC from, because it's unfinished. There's nothing to this game. Like, there's little things you could do to make this game better, and we're gonna have to wait a year because they don't have time to do it. And then they'll add those, and we'll get bored of them, and they'll still be in the next game after that. And then they'll add another year's worth of what they've worked on, and then we'll just keep seeing those until one day they either scrap it and start from scratch, or someone new comes. And I think it's, in my opinion, I'm starting to look at Cody's maybe leaving. I don't think they would want to leave, but maybe someone else should take it. I don't know who would want to do it, but who knows. I think this year probably is a year we should really judge Cody's in terms of what they can produce, because now with esports, there were a little bit of issues with one of the races. I heard people do complain that the online needs to be better, the multiplayer, and it really does. It's nowhere near perfect, and I won't say it's perfect. No game is perfect, but this game is far from perfect. And I think maybe Liberty might be able to give Cody's a little bit of freedom or help them out some way this year. Who knows? We'll see. But I think after this year, I think my mind will be made up on whether or not I would still want to see Cody's developing this game, because this is their 8th game, and I feel like the stuff that they have now could have been in F1 2012. It could have. It really could have. But apparently they didn't have the power, or maybe PlayStation or whatever, Xbox 360 didn't have the power. I don't know what their thing was, but I don't know. But I think now, since I've kind of said most, I don't know if you will understand it, because I don't know, listening back to it, I don't know if it will make not sense, but into just like I won't just be rambling on, which I pretty much have. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please do subscribe if you did enjoy. I'll probably be back for the preview. I think I'll do for the Australian Grand Prix that is right now a week away, and I am more excited than ever. But this is a totally different video to that. If you did enjoy, like I said, subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to say, and keep on the lookout for some new videos coming soon. Thanks guys, from the Yan here. See you guys later.